A big welcome to everybody. As you see, my eyes are probably going all over the place because I'm trying to navigate my way around my screen just now. So, welcome. And my goodness, it's the 18th of November already. So, thank you so much for joining me. It's amazing because, we're due a very short coaching session tonight, and it's all about. I don't know, are you feeling this time of year when it's just busy? It's just busy just now, isn't it? So, this is what our session will be on today. Once I actually find my notes, that would be really pretty awesome. So, I've got about, yeah, don't just think about it, take action. And that's really important because we do often not just overthink, but we talk ourselves out of something, don't we? Or as I sometimes say, the stories we tell ourselves or the bullshit that we tell ourselves. So this session is, yes, it's about having more awareness, but it's also about having more empowerment over our thoughts and feelings so we can actually take action. Do you know we have over 60,000 thoughts a day? That's the average. So you could easily have 70 or 80,000. And what's really interesting is for you to think about it. Well, how many of them do I not just believe, but I actually follow through, so they become a way of life. So what I'd like you to do just now, before we get into this session, maybe you've got a pen, piece of paper, or even just grab your phone and get your notepad ready. But I hope that you read my recent posts. A couple of days ago, I put a post on mindful walking, how to do it, especially when you're listening to birdsong or in nature. It's fantastic. It's one of my favourite places to meditate, is when I'm moving my body, not just can I feel the senses, but I can come into the other senses, not just the physical sensations, but actually my senses of sight and sound. So we use them as an anchor. So please go back into the page and you can have a look at them. That would be fantastical. Let me know if you're watching hashtag replay, or maybe if you've read a book, listened to a podcast, or even heard a quote recently. Pop it on the comments. The second thing is I spoke about the exclusive Black Friday promotion, the deals with. I mean, not only is it the most epic deal that we've had on Black Friday, it's exclusive to you, of course, for another 2 days. But I know some of the members here, if you've seen some of the comments on that attended the Wild Compassionate Warrior, it was absolutely life-changing. It was so profound for them. And I think Morag put on it, it was 3 years of therapy in 3 days, which that's how actually transformational it was. And I know that Steph also made a comment, which was, yeah, it was just life-changing, that she moved on from really difficult emotions to not able just to deal with them and face them head on, but actually that they dissipated. So she is so much happier. So you get the opposite of that sadness and happiness. And that's the emotion. You might have been going around in your life for the last few years in the same cycles, trying to just kind of firefight with all the demands coming at you, all the curveballs, and still keep going on to the weekends or the holidays or whatever it is. And sometimes it's just time to get off the hamster wheel and do something smart. Hopefully we can sort out easy payment plans for people. The discounts, especially if you're coming and you're bringing a family member or a friend, is significantly much more. The gift bags that we have are absolutely super amazing. They were so special this year with just a few extra special things. I'm not going to tell you, but definitely a journal was in there. Definitely a wee candle, some wee bath salts, and much more face mask. I couldn't let it out the bag. And also, of course, you've got your free coaching power hour with me. So that would just be solely, would get super hyper focused on what you wanted to focus on, and we would absolutely do the job, not just with tools, techniques, but how is it you move forward to move into the direction and thrive the way that you want to thrive. And some of the offers also include a £50 voucher for Deliveroo because it's so busy at this time of year. Any questions, you're welcome to let me know and we can talk, no pressure at all, for free, and I can answer any questions you want. So look at this. So welcoming you into this session of don't just think about it, take action. And it's funny because we often overthink things, and even like with the retreats, you know, we think, oh, one day I'll do that, or one day I'll do this, one day I'll take up yoga, or whatever it is. So what's the one thing this year that you've been wanting to do, but you've been hesitating on to take action? And you could write that question down. Maybe you'll need to reflect on it. It's good to come back to these things. What's the one thing you've been wanting to do but have hesitated on take action? Just take a wee moment about it. It could even be a project. It could even be a conversation that you might want to have with somebody, or even just a new habit you wanted to start. You're not alone. Many of us get caught up in our heads, overthinking, and even talking ourselves out of the next step. And that's really fascinating to me as a psychotherapist and as a neuroscientist nerd, because what happens there is those 60,000 thoughts. And I said to you, that's like the average. For some people, it's 80, 90,000. So let me know what number you think yours are at. That actually, that is a lot of thoughts to believe, isn't it? Given, so the 60,000 thoughts a day, that's like watching, imagine actually you're just watching clouds go by, constantly pass you from the sky. And some clouds are light and pleasant, while others are probably just even a bit heavy, they're a bit dark, overwhelming. Sometimes we ruminate, we overthink, we criticise, we catastrophise, we criticise ourselves, criticise others, we judge, we compare ourselves, and so on. The truth is, we don't actually have to chase every cloud or believe every thought. Instead, what can happen is we can train our mind and our brain to actually step back, observe our thoughts with curiosity, and choose how we want to respond. Now, if you want the full breakdown of the SOS, stand back, observe on your feelings, thoughts, physical sensations, and behaviours without judgment. You can go into the members page, the members web page. So just log in there. Any problems with the login, just contact Tammy, admin@direction.org.uk, and she'll get on it for you. But the password's just changed. She's sent it all to you, so you should have that new password. But think of your mind like the sky, just vast, steady, but full, actually, of potential, of possibilities. And thoughts are just temporary visitors floating by. So how many thoughts that you have, these 60,000, they keep getting us stuck into overthinking instead of moving forward. I've lost my... So just an idea just now as we're sitting here, just observe and cut through your thoughts for a minute. So let's just try a simple awareness exercise to cut through the clouds of overthinking and find clarity. So just for a wee second, just pause. Take a deep breath and just hold that for a moment. And then exhale slowly, and then just repeat it another twice. And just notice your thoughts. Imagine just sitting there under a wide open sky. Just notice any thoughts that come up. But instead of engaging with them, just picture them as thoughts, as clouds floating by. See what it's like if you can use that observer part within your brain. And then maybe there's a wee cloud there that has a wee thought on it. Does this thought help me move forward? So if you're looking at the cloud, you're looking at the title of the cloud. Does that thought help me move forward? If you're not sure just now, it's good to note that down. The other question with curiosity, with an attitude of curiosity, is this thought based on fear? Or is it grounded in truth? Is it based on fear, or is it grounded in truth? And just with this, what's the one small action I can take right now to move closer to what I want? What's the one thing that I can do right now, the small thing, to move closer to what I want? And this is where the next step comes in, where we use our inner wisdom to cut through the clouds, to see them for what they are. They are simply thoughts in our mind that are temporary, that are impermanent, that float in, that float out, and there's thousands of them every day. So imagine if there's somewhere between 60 and 80,000 thoughts in one day. Times that by 7 in 1 week, what have you got? So using your inner wisdom just to cut through the clouds, imagine a beam of light shining from your heart and dissolving any doubts or excuses that might be holding you back. Now, I went through this whole process actually on Saturday, because I was really easily talking myself out of doing my Pilates again. Really. I mean, I was like this, don't do it, you can spend the money on this, blah, blah, blah. But actually I was resisting it. Yeah. And I could hear myself, I could see myself talking out of it. In fact, I was really good. It was like a politician. And actually what I needed to do was just book it. So I'm going to Pilates on Wednesday at 12 o'clock. Let me know if you do Pilates or yoga, or what movement other than walking or running that you do. So why is action key? And this is really important. Mel Robbins says, you're one decision away from a completely different life. You're one decision away from a completely different life. And I'll tell you, the one thing I really like about Mel Robbins is she knows what it's like to hit rock bottom. In the pandemic, she suffered depression. Before that, she suffered depression. And this is what's made her the person who she is. Action is really, so you've got the unaction or the non-action, but action is the antidote to really overthinking. Each time you take a step, no matter how small, you're still proving to yourself that you're capable. And that is what builds up momentum. And that in itself then leads to confidence, and ultimately creates the life that you actually want. Now, if you want lots of things, of course it takes time, but just one step, even imperfect action, and Barbara Annis, one of our members here, has taught me that imperfect action moves you forward. Waiting for the right time, or wait until everything's perfect, or just to the weekend, or the 1st of January is only going to keep you getting stuck. Progress is better than perfection. Mel Robbins also says, hesitation is the kiss of death. You might hesitate for a nanosecond, but that's all it takes. That one small hesitation triggers a mental system designed to stop you, and it happens in less than 5 seconds. It's pretty amazing. So what's the one small action that you can take today towards your goal? I've booked my Pilates. I'm going on Wednesday, high or all water, whatever you call it. And then Saturday, I'll go again. So twice a week, I've booked myself in. I've put it in my diary. I've booked the sessions already. I've paid for them, and that's it. And it might be for you, it might not be a Pilates, it might be sending an email or writing down just your plan just now, or maybe saying yes to an actual opportunity rather than even saying no. So writing it down just now and committing to doing it today. So if you're watching this on replay, you're out walking or in the car or just around the house, writing it down is more important than just keeping it in your head before the clouds roll on again, okay? So I'd like to just finish saying, remember, your thoughts also don't define you. They don't define you and don't control you. They're just visitors in your mind. And you have the power to observe them. We're the only living creatures in the whole world that has an observer in their own mind. My dog doesn't. Giraffes don't. Sloths don't. They're just visitors in your mind. You have the power to observe them. Decide what's helpful and just take that brave, that bold step, even if it's teeny weeny, even if it's a centimetre, a courageous action towards the life you want. Take a deep breath, take a step, and keep moving forward. The sky is yours to soar in. If we knew our own possibility, it would blow your mind. Thanks so much for joining me. And I can't remember at the top of my head when the next session is, but it's next week. It's in the calendar. And in the next few days, couple of days, the December time will go up. I know that you have asked for mindful meditation. You'll need some soothing, but in the meantime, if you need a mindful meditation, go back to the walking meditation that I did a few days ago, or go on the website. Or you can always try our YouTube channel, because there's lots there too. Okay, lovelies, any questions, pop it in the comments. Let me know if you're watching on replay. Take care. Bye-bye.